Hey, good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
And no sleep tonight.
Listen, I don't want to ruin
new
it.
dad joke.
New dad joke. I don't want to ruin it, but so far I'm sleeping okay because we've been using a night nurse.
Oh, you got help. Yeah, you rich.
Yeah, this
You doing
is
some
real.
rich people shit.
Listen, when you have a kid at 45 years old, I'm not, struggling. We're gonna make the smart decisions.
I'm not no spring chicken.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 54 years old this year. Now, listen, I am still tired. Like, just to be clear, it's great. First of all, my nights are still not great because Rocky's been terrible at night. So I'm still up 5 times a night. But what's been hitting me is just the amount of ups and downs. I mean, physically. Because every time I sit down, it's like, yo, can you just there's just always, you went from your whole life, you didn't really have that much you had to do, to somehow with this little tiny blob of a person, 2 people are running around crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
That's wild.
But tonight we're going.
A lot has changed, man.
A lot has changed.
A lot has changed.
We're back. We're back.
Trump wasn't president the last time we spoke.
Facts. My daughter wasn't a human.
There was no daughter.
And
you thought you had another week. Then the next day you were like, oh, baby's here.
Yeah, so that story, by the way, was went in for our what we thought would probably be our last ultrasound.
Mm-hmm.
And we get into the doctor's office and we're doing the ultrasound. Oh, hey, looks like she weighs, by the way, this was way off. They're guessing. Wow, looks like she weighs 8.5 pounds. She didn't. But hey, everything looks good. Then all of a sudden the door flies open. And some woman
Kramer came in.
So yeah, he goes, it's baby time. Kramer walks in. Yeah, baby. And then fell over a trash can and we had to go. No, so this Jewish doctor lady we've never met, who actually seemed wonderful, throws the door open and is like, she starts saying stuff.
To you or to the nurses?
We didn't know. We thought she was talking to the nurses. I was like, this lady isn't talking to us. They must be talking about something else, another thing. She's like, something fluid, something, time to go. I was like, And then she's like looking at us. I'm like, wait, are you talking to us right now?
Yeah, lady. Hi, sorry. Are you talking to me?
I said, I don't know you. Are you talking to? She went, oh, yes, I'm talking to you. Sorry, I was watching your ultrasound in the other room. Your fluid, the amniotic fluid is low. You guys are going to go have a baby today. We were like,
shit.
Natalie and I looked at each other. And we're like, nah. I said, but we're still going to see our doctor, right? She said, oh, you're still going to see your doctor, but I'm telling you, she's going to say what I'm saying. This is what's going to happen today. Shit. I was like, okay. So we go, we wait for the doctor. She comes in. She's like, hey, so normally you want to have like, 5 centimeters of amniotic fluid. You're down to about 1.5 centimeters.
Okay, let's pop it. Let's pop this thing.
What that means is the umbilical cord could be out of the fluid. And if the umbilical cord's out of the fluid, it could get damaged. The bottom line is this has to happen now. Like, he just has to. And Natalie was like, but I'm not ready. What about tomorrow?
What about tomorrow?
She's like, what about tomorrow? She's like, no, I'm sorry. It's not going to be tomorrow. And I'm thinking, well, hey, Nat, look on the upside. It's 11 a.m., right? We have a couple hours. She said, like, we can go to our apartment, get our stuff together, and go. So I'm like, this is kind of cool because we need your parents to come in from deep Brooklyn to help us with the dogs. Like, at least it's not 2 a.m. and we're scrambling. Like, this is actually kind of good.
Yeah. You're saying all the man things.
Right. Let me tell you why it's fine. Let me mansplain.
Let me explain how birth goes to you, lady.
Oh, wait. Oh, you're scared about pushing something out of your vagina? Let me tell you, it's going to be great. So we walk out of the office and Natalie goes, all right, first of all, I need to get a camera from the apartment. Second of all, I need to get a falafel from Moshe's.
Falafel.
I was like, wait, what? She's like, my friends have told me that once you start, you don't get to have a good meal again. I want Moshe's. I was like, well, where the fuck is that? She's like, 37th and 6th or whatever it was. No, we were close. It was close-ish. I was like, okay. So I go, I get her falafel she wanted. We pick up the camera. We go to the apartment. We gather up. Her parents get here and we head up to the hospital. Now, this is the best part of this experience may have been. And first of all, we have this guy, Kerwin, who helps us like build stuff. He was coming to work on the crib, and we were like, hey, we're having the baby today. You need to like get here now. And so like this kid, Kerwin, who I've known for a year and a half now, he helps us with around the house with stuff. He's now in the house at the most like intimate time ever in my life. This kid is like, my in-laws are walking in speaking Hebrew. He's like, the hell is going on here? What?
Well, I'm sorry. Just for detail purposes, what race or ethnic background is this Kerwin guy?
Kerwin is a nerdy, works with his hand, artsy black kid from Brooklyn.
Okay, got it.
Who like didn't know who I was for the first 5 times, because like definitely doesn't watch many hip hop videos or like I'm not like, he probably likes some hip hop, but it's probably like Childish Gambino.
I was gonna say Childish Gambino.
Yeah, like he's not like it did not care who I was and still doesn't, but like really, So he's there. My in-laws are there. We give them the dogs. We try to explain the medicine. Rocky has some like very like serious medicine you have to get right, and like we always worry that it's not going to be right. There's like Natalie speaks Hebrew and her parents speak English, but neither of them speak both perfectly enough that it's easy to make sure everything's perfectly succinct. You know what I mean?
For something that specific.
And more importantly, my father-in-law, I love him, but he's like a bit of a know-it-all. Like he's just kind of like, yeah, I got it. And it's like, no. You don't got it. You got to do it just like this. So anyways, we try our best. We got to go. We pull up. We're delivering at Columbia Presbyterian. If you're not a New Yorker, that is in the Heights. That is 166th and Broadway. Like it's uptown. And I'm pulling off the highway, driving up 165th or 6th, whatever it is. And I'm like, who does this in Manhattan? It's so trafficky. It's so crazy. I'm like, if we lived in the middle of nowhere, we would just pull into a parking lot somewhere. I'd pull up in front. She'd jump, but no. But as we're pulling,
like you want it to be like an airport hotel, like an airport Marriott.
Exactly.
Courtyard Marriott.
And I just pull up in front and I let her in. I can leave the car for 10 minutes and then I go get. But as we're pulling up, Cipha, right up to where the area for you need to be for this situation, as I'm pulling up, a car is pulling out. I pull into
If you're not
the
from
spot.
New York, you don't understand.
No, it's next to there's a driveway there. It's next to the hospital.
Your baby's touched by an angel.
Touched by an angel. And Cipha, at this point, it's Tuesday at 3:30.
Yeah.
I look at the street cleaning sign.
Thursday.
Tuesday morning. You guys don't understand.
You're the chosen one.
This baby is the chosen one. We now have a week. If I had to be there for a week,
you can leave your car parked.
So like I already had a ton.
Even if you had such a good spot, you might deliver the baby, take her home in a cab, so you can keep that spot.
It's so true. I was so geeked. I had mad stuff to bring to the room. But you know what I did? I said, hey, babe, don't worry. Let's just take a couple things. I'll come back to the car.
Because
now we have a situation.
This is great.
So we get in there. Now, because they were inducing and it was already planned.
Yo, what? What? There was what?
An induction. The baby
Okay,
had to be induced.
I don't like these big words you using, so I'm gonna take them as
See
disrespect.
disrespect. Oh, another reference to good ramen, the good Romney Malco.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's Kevin
so
Hart,
yeah.
but yeah,
No, oh no, it's Kevin Hart to Romney Malco. You're right.
that's right.
So
That's right.
so yeah, because of the situation, they were inducing her. So because they already know that's happening, we get to skip the triage step. There is no triage.
Mhm.
We just
Right.
we go up, and
Right to the
half
room.
hour later, we're in a room.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Saif, I looked at this delivery room and I go, this is pretty big, comfortable. The couch has a pull-out situation.
Okay.
We start
Lay down
walking
for a little
around.
while.
We set up the speaker. We set up some fake battery-operated candles that she brought. We set, we get the, she's been on TikTok. She knows what she wants to do to set up her baby situation. We gather everything. We set up. It's like getting dark. Beautiful view of Manhattan, by the way, from this hospital. I'm not kidding. It's beautiful. Like we're watching the sunset over Manhattan. We're calm. It's cool. They explain the process, and they're like, all right, in a little while, we're going to come back and we're going to do the epidural. I'm sure most of our listeners, because this is the show of two people who are 54 years old.
Yeah.
I'm sure most of you
I'm
have.
no spring chicken.
I'm sure most of you have kids. If for some reason you don't, most people, not all, elect to get the pain medication known as the epidural, where they have to this part I didn't quite realize though. They gotta it's really intrusive, the epidural. They're sticking needles inside of you and they tape a whole apparatus to her back. And then you're then they connect her to the water, to the liquids. So she's now connected to a thing like a real hospital stay. And she's got the epidural on her back. And now we just chill. I went out to Wendy's.
Okay. Walking distance, I hope.
Right next to the park. Right next.
Okay,
Right
you ain't got
next
to move
to the
that
park.
car. You ain't got to move the car.
No.
So you didn't get yourself a falafel earlier?
We did. I did. I had falafel earlier, but by the time we got to Wendy's, you're talking about 8 hours. It's been a while now at that point by the time I get to Wendy's. So we go to Wendy's. I pick up the Wendy's, come back. We eat a little bit.
Not going to tell me what you got at Wendy's? That's something I'm actually interested in.
Glad you asked. She got the chicken sandwich.
Spicy or no spicy?
No spicy. She gets the regular chicken sandwich. Okay. She wanted a little mini nuggets on the side.
Okay.
I got a basic burger meal of some sort.
Mm-hmm. Dave's double, maybe?
It wasn't Dave's because I got the Dave's the next day.
Okay.
I just did the double cheeseburger or something like that.
Okay.
Soda, some Diet Coke. We didn't do a Frosty that night.
Oh.
And ate our delicious Wendy's, chilled out, a couple phone calls for her, people, her parent mom called, sister called, blah, blah. And then I set up the laptop. We watched Dumb and Dumber from beginning to end.
What?
Yeah. It was.
Wait, how do they induce? It's like a shot or a pill or?
Yeah, I guess it was a shot.
Okay, it's a shot, and it's like
a shot. Oh, there was an unpleasant thing I'm skipping.
Please do.
I won't go too into detail, but in addition to the shot, if they can tell that you are, gonna struggle
Jewish.
to get a large thing out of you, they do a thing where they basically stick a balloon kind of situation in there to kind of start the process also.
Okay, we've gone
too far.
Too far. Yeah, we've gone too far.
Inside the vagina is too far.
Yeah. We don't want anyone with kids is all right. Anyone listening with kids is letting you tell this story because everyone who has a new kid has to tell the story. All of us, all of your friends in the Wanep universe are like, this is cute. Let him tell the story. because I wanted to tell my story when it happened to me. So then,
and I don't think I've told it. This is the first time I've done I've only place I have to do every.
I would hope so. I would hope you didn't do it on your Beyonce podcast.
Damn it! I got to do that Beyonce podcast this week. It's been a tough week for the Beyonce podcast. But you're saying when I got to the balloon, they're going, no party listening needs that, is what you're saying. Yeah. So they do all those things. We watch Dumb and Dumber. After Dumb and Dumber ends, we fire up Meet the Parents. I go lay on the couch. She stays in the hospital bed. I fall asleep pretty quick. She told me the next morning that she was up on and off most of the night, just uncomfortable, nervous, whatever. And in the morning, the doctors show up and check her out to see where she's at. And they're like, oh, it's like 4 centimeters. So, we'll come back in a while. You got time. I didn't know this until we were close to having a baby. I think it's very known. You're looking to get to 10 centimeters dilation so you can have a baby. That's where you need to be at. So they're like, we'll come back. They show up like hours later. At this point, her sister has arrived, who's going to be down for the ride. Her sister's there. We're hanging out.
Is she hot?
You haven't? Oh, well, you didn't go to the wedding.
I was at the wedding.
Yeah. Her sister
She's younger?
Older.
Older sister. Married?
Divorced.
Oh, I'm looking for some love.
She has a boyfriend, but
Come on, that's not gonna,
that's not gonna last. Yeah. Who knows? So no. I mean, I'm kidding. In case someone's friends with him or something, I am joking. But you get the idea. So she's there. We're playing some music. Natalie has her playlist that she loves, her champagne and chocolate playlist, which is, I got to tell you, a pretty dope.
You actually got to play the music?
What did you say? Oh, everyone was talking about the playlist. She's not wrong. They love the
you got to actually play the music?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have the speaker. I have this one speaker. ESPN New York, our giveaways are generally crap. Now, they're better than Hot 97, which at this point just doesn't believe in giveaways. But they generally don't have good stuff. But one year at one of our events, bro, they gave away a sick mini JBL Bluetooth speaker. Like one that you keep around forever. Like it's a solid, loud enough that if you're at the beach, you could like turn it up and have it's good. So we bring that, start playing our playlist, which is basically, I would say like 1970 to 1990 kind of R&B. Think lots of samples. Think all good shit.
Smooth grooves.
Smooth grooves, bro. So smooth grooves. Everyone walking in our room, all the nurses were like, we like the vibe in this room. There's a vibe in here. We're like, yeah.
I'll send you the link to the playlist.
You can share. Patreon. Wow. Oh, Patreon. Yeah. Wow, patrons. Natalie, by the way, Natalie, always thinking like Israeli. We'll give it to Patreon, not to free.
Man, I had a whole playlist for my shit. We worked on it for months. And then I play the playlist and she just goes, shut that shit off.
No way.
Shut that shit off. Shut it off. I was like,
wait. She didn't go au naturel, did she?
Yeah.
No epidural?
She didn't have time for it.
Oh my.
It happened so suddenly.
No epidural.
She didn't have time for the epidural. They're like, we can give it to you, but it's not going to kick in until.
Both times or one time?
Both times. Second time was even faster. Second time was, oh shit, I need to go to the hospital. And like 3 hours later, there was a baby.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. Second time was like, because the first time took a little longer. So we thought we had some time. Second time was like, what? The guy was like, because we were waiting for our nanny because we had to bring my daughter to the hospital because it was in the middle of the night. And we were waiting for our nanny to come to take my daughter.
Right.
And the doctor was like, where's your nanny? Because you need to get in there. And I'm like, relax, bro, you got time. He's like, no. Baby's coming. I was like, oh shit. What? We just got here.
That's fucking wild. Because I was about to say, yeah, the only reason you got shut down is because there's no epidural. So she's like, no one. The level of intensity must be
Yeah.
that you're like, I can't think about. Shut the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So we got the vibe going. Sister's there. They come back in like now it's like noon. They let like 6 hours pass. They're gonna check again. In my brain, because of all the things I described previously, I just thought she wasn't going to be that far along yet because they told us, like, prepare, you'll probably deliver. When we got there on Tuesday, they said, we can't be sure, but our guess would be this baby might not come till like Wednesday night. You might be you might be in this room for 36 hours.
But you got to be in here to get all the fluids right and all everything. You got to be here monitoring all that shit.
So I was like, so now they said it was 4 at 6 a.m. They come back at noon. I'm expecting it's a little closer. They're like, oh, wow, you're 9.5. So you guys ready to have a baby?
Shit.
And the funniest thing is, no matter how aware we were that we were there to have a baby, no matter how many friends that we have, everyone in the world has babies. That's literally how the world is. That moment when they're like, are y'all ready right now? We looked at each other like, are you fucking serious? This is actually happening. No, you mean we're actually doing this?
It's a wild feeling. Right?
Do you hear that?
No.
She went, we? No, exactly. I was like, you are about to have a baby come out of you. That is insane. So like, I find it amazing because it's this obvious thing. Everybody does it. You're preparing for 10 months. And then somehow when they're like, the time is now, it's still shocking somehow. I was like, this is crazy. Okay. So.
And the next stage is push.
So that, yeah, by the way, so we had done a couple of classes. None of the classes we did though were like about pushing. Like this is how you do it.
Let me tell you the scam.
The classes,
man.
It kind of is, right?
I mean, I don't want to say scam because a lot of people in modern times need that help to prep, but it's so natural. Like it's gonna happen. Like,
well, and by the way, the people that you're there with do this multiple times a day. Like
the in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nurses and the OBGYN and you have the residents, all these people do this. Like, so we hadn't really practiced the breathing thing. They explain it. And then they're like, all right, well, when the contractions come, you push. Okay. We get started. I realized very quickly, based on listening to her sister and the nurses, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna shut the fuck up here.
Oh, absolutely.
This whole idea that you see in movies and TV of the husbands being like, you can do it, babe.
Nah.
My voice is not needed in this room.
Get out the way, yo. Get out the way, yo. Your wife's vagina is about to pop.
Yeah, sorry. This is not going to go over well with the current right-winger anti-snowflake crowd. Sorry, men are useless in this spot. There's nothing for us. Like I held the fan. I would hold up. Cipha, with football coaches, you have a head coach, you got the assistant, you got the defensive coordinator, the offensive coordinator, you got the special teams coach. If you keep going down, there's a coach who like just graduated from DePaul, and all he does is walk out and squeeze water into open mouths. That was me.
Nah, you were Bobby Boucher. You were the water boy.
Babe, can you be... She just screamed, you were Bobby Boucher. You're the water. Come on. Don't have to disrespect. So I was like, let me just be the water boy. I'll give her water. Let these women handle this. And it starts progressing. Then it kind of slows down. They're like, we just need to get a little further. We're kind of stuck here. So they do some awkward position where they make like sit up and hold a pole. They added a pole. Yeah, they added the bar.
Yeah.
She did that a bunch of times, didn't feel like it was doing anything, lay her back down. Then they like, all right, we're going to try. Can you do the, you can push on your side?
Yeah.
She's like, okay. So she lays on her side.
Trying to jiggle all this shit around.
She's doing basically what amounts to like kind of a oblique crunch kind of thing. And pretty quickly, they're like, okay, we're starting to pick up here. The OBGYN who was on duty was not our doctor, but we liked her. Someone comes in, is like, okay, we're getting close. Hey, by the way, just so you know, when she gets here, this room is going to fill up.
Yeah.
Don't panic.
See, I wish someone told. It's funny you say that. I wish somebody told me that.
Really? No one said that?
No, because we were there and it was like late, so it was overnight, and there was this one Puerto Rican nurse like, "Come on, baby, push. Come on, push, mama. Come on, you got to push." And then doctor would come check in, maybe one other person, and then at one moment the room flooded. I said, "Oh, that was all bullshit. Now it's going down." Now, like when you see 5, 6, 7, 8 people in the room, I was like, "Is something wrong?"
Right. It is scary. So they alerted. They said it's going to get crowded, and pediatrics will come in here just in case. When she's born, if there's no crying, if there's anything that we need to do, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I never got that speech. That one I needed.
So now as we're building up, there's the one nurse that's been with us the whole time. The OBGYN had brought in a resident OBGYN. So by the way, these residents, these students, they're not kids. That woman was what, like 30? She's probably 30 years old, 32. Yeah. She's now the resident now is kind of the main one in front of Natalie, looking at her, who's constantly checking to see where we're at. The main doctor now comes back in and is next to her. There's our nurse, and there's like 2 other nurses that have come in. I want to warn everybody right now, if you are not big on the Rosenbergs of feminist, woman-loving snowflake, you're not going to like this part, because this is the realest shit I ever wrote. The next 20 minutes, when it all starts to happen, was fucking incredible. Watching these women form together like fucking Voltron to further civilization was some wild shit. And I realized I'm watching them all. Some of them literally had to introduce themselves to Natalie as she's at the closest point of giving birth. Hey, hi, my name's Amy. I just want you to know I'm here, blah, blah, blah. Natalie's like, okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
But they and then these people who just met her get so immediately and deeply.
They sync up.
They sync up.
Yeah, they sync up.
And they get they're invested.
Yeah.
They're in. And I'm we talk about coaching like it's sports. This is fucking coaching. You're getting someone to do something with their body that's fucking impossible.
Yeah, with the emotion fully intact as opposed to removed because of masculinity, you know what I'm saying? Or ego or whatever.
And I realized that at some point, when men became OBGYNs and started mansplaining women's bodies and being like, no, we're the experts.
Yeah.
We kind of believed that Cliff Huxtable, those are the people who bring babies into the world. It's bullshit. This is always what it's been. It's a group of women, literally since probably thousands of years ago. It'll be a group of women who comes to the woman and is like, we're going to help you get this baby out.
Yeah. It's like The Handmaid's Tale.
Exactly. And by the way, some great scenes like that in the that's a good book. Actually, you know what? I got to go back and rewatch some of those scenes. That might get closest, because I'm looking around the room at these women's faces and my wife, and I'm like, all the films and TV I've seen about birth, it doesn't hit how crazy it is in real life.
No.
It's crazy, bro. And they're trying, and you realize, as Natalie's pushing, I'm kind of naturally pushing too. Everyone's kind of you're all kind of doing it. I'm just keeping my mouth shut. And then
my 4th push.
What did you say?
The 4th push.
Oh, then she started. That's right. She had been doing 3 pushes. And then they were like, you could do one more. Give us one more. And she added a 4th push each time. Once she added that 4th push, I'd say it was only a few more contractions, a handful of contractions, and then it came. Now, is it too graphic for me to include?
Yes, it's too graphic. We got it.
The doctor just said, hey, it's not going to be a bad thing, but in order to get this to happen and to make sure nothing worse happens.
No, I don't want to know. Ugh, it's the worst.
So
It's
the
disgusting.
second they did that, it basically was like a minute later. And then I got to tell you guys, when at that, I still hadn't really cried. I'd felt emotional watching it all, watching these women. The whole thing made me feel emotional. But when I heard that cry from the baby, when I heard her like, it indescribable. Greatest, craziest moment I've ever experienced. It was so fucking wild. And then when they're like, a couple minutes later, when they tell you, they're like, she's great, everything's fine, she's good. You're like, now Natalie had a temperature during the thing. They were giving her some medicine because she had a slight temperature. And then shortly thereafter, they're like, Natalie, your temperature's gone too. And so I'm like, all right, everyone's okay. It's like, this is the fucking lottery. And and I was like, I can't believe this is what every single human on earth is, what this is how this happens.
No, not every single. Well, yeah, a lot.
Or some
Oh,
version.
you mean the ones? If you were born, this happened to you.
If you were
Yeah,
born,
yeah, yeah.
some version of this
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
craziness fucking happened.
Yeah. Oh, it's happening like all day, every day.
All day, every
Yeah,
day.
it puts a lot of stuff into perspective.
What the fuck?
Yeah, my daughter. There's this. Me and my daughter have this thing where we stick our tongue at each other because when she first saw me, like she stuck her tongue out at me, and that's like our little thing. Like, I mean,
Wow,
it was just a baby movement, but it's just like our little thing. You know what I mean?
So literally, when you first saw her,
Yeah.
she was just making a weird face and stuck her tongue out.
Yeah, stuck her tongue out, but she didn't stick it out for anyone else. So it's like our little thing, like, and then that's when I got emotional. I didn't when she came out, and she cried. I was just like, "What the fuck is happening? I don't know what's going on." And then that moment, I was like, "Oh shit," you know.
Did you do at that time? Feels like it was the early era of doing this. At the time your daughter came, were they doing skin to skin with men?
Yeah, yeah.
And you did it?
I don't remember.
Or were you like, I'm not taking my shirt off in
I'm
front
not
of these
taking my
people?
shirt off. Fuck that. No, I don't remember. Honestly,
I have a video.
I might not have. I gotta ask. I might have been like, we ain't gotta do all that. Come on now.
We ain't gotta do all
We ain't gotta
that.
do all that. They didn't do that before. Come on, get out of here.
Thousands of years, men weren't doing skin to skin. Chill.
Come on. Well,
So
come on.
I did it first though, because they had to like tend to Natalie still.
Yeah, yeah.
So they were like, Dad, do you want to do it first? And so I looked at Natalie, of course. I'm not taking anything that she might want. And she's like, do it. And so I went and sat there and held this tiny friggin' baby.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's taken, I would say now, she'll be 2 weeks on Wednesday. And I would say now, while I'm still giddy and over the moon about it, I'm like used to the fact already that she exists.
Now.
What?
Days old.
No, she'll be 2 weeks on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I feel like I'm aware and used to the fact that she exists somewhat. Like,
Wait, what's
but
the
I do
birthday?
feel her birthday is
January-
January 15th,
15.
2025. Class of 43, baby.
The song playing.
Oh, I'll play it. This is the song. So this is the song because of where Natalie's mix was, just randomly. This is what is blaring. I don't know how the music got so loud. Did I turn it up? I don't know what happened. But by the time the baby came, I feel like the music was like kind of loud. I remember at some point being like, you should probably turn that down.
No, they loved it. The nurse.
But they were into it. This is what was blasting when I had the baby.
Hilarious.
Billy,
That's good baby music.
it's solid, right?
Yeah.
I look in your eyes and I
Yeah, that's fire.
see love so dangerously. You're not trusting your heart to anyone.
Do you remember the song being big as a kid? I don't remember this as a kid.
Gonna play it
No.
we're through before we start.
I don't think I really knew it before Kanye.
That we've only just
classic
I
Rosenberg.
heard it, but I didn't, wasn't into music like that back then.
There's no saying no. I want you so I'm ready to go. Through the fire, to the limit, to the wall. For a chance to
Now, mark this, Drilly, screenshot this moment or do something. Just remember this moment. What's her name again? I forgot.
Maya.
Maya, yeah. Remember this moment when you go, Maya, will you shut the fuck up? Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. I'll take your iPad away. No iPad for the rest of the night. No iPad.
Yo,
You got to remember this feeling right now. Bro, when you got to go sit down in your closet and take a couple of deep breaths.
They scared me when I watched the video. They had a training video about shaking baby.
Yeah.
Apparently, they really don't want you to shake the baby.
No, they don't. They frown upon that.
Yeah, for some reason, it's frowned upon. But I'm watching the video, and I'm like, this is making me feel like I'm really going to want to shake the shit out of this baby at some point. But they made such a great point in the video. If you were someone who literally did not understand like how to care for a child at all, and you were just a maniac, they're like, hey, just so you know, shaking the baby could permanently injure or kill it. Letting the baby just cry and close the door, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
So just put the baby down and walk away.
It's wild, bro.
That scream, though, when she hits the frustration scream, like if breastfeeding's not going well, like she's not getting the milk that she wants, like that I'm frustrated scream, because she has her basic scream, and I already said this on Cheap Heat, but it bears repeating to you, Cipha. She cries generally like Susie Essman talking to Larry David. She just goes la 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 la. But then if there's a frustration moment, it ramps up to that.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes you have to like really kind of like.
No, my son is pushing my buttons, bro.
Right now?
Yeah, this kid is wild. He says wild shit.
What, he talks crazy to you?
He talks crazy.
Wait, what is he, 5?
6.
And
He talks like he wants smoke on the block, bro.
Well, can you give an example of something
he goes, I go, hey, you gotta whatever, fold your pajamas or make your bed or he's on the couch. I mean, he be lounging. He puts himself in between the pillow and the couch and puts a blanket on. He calls it his cocoon. And I say, hey, you gotta make your bed. Don't forget, you gotta make your bed before you go to school. And he's just looking at his iPad. He just goes, whatever. And then he goes, no one cares. No one cares. No one cares.
Yo, Cipha, that's crazy.
No, he's wild.
Now, is he generally still being a sweet kid? He just has his moments?
I mean, he's like testing the limits. He's getting to that age. He's being, they don't know. You got to teach him. You know what I mean? He's pushing the limits.
Like stuff like that. Okay, I know it's going to happen. But after going through this experience, and we haven't gotten here yet, Cipha, you're going to be very disappointed with my diaper situation so far. But the fact that today I sat in a doctor's office, and while the nurse was waiting to weigh this girl, I'm changing her, and she's shitting and peeing as I'm holding her legs and watching it all happen.
Yeah, come on.
And I'm cleaning it up, and it's kind of embarrassing, and it was really gross because it looked different because we tried.
Do you know any good 90s songs I might not remember?
Yeah, exactly. And because the idea of the little girl who I'm doing that for ever like legitimately disrespecting me.
It's crazy. Like all that shit when you're a kid and your parents are like, I brought you into this world. You're like, it's real, man.
But I'm talking about like real, like, listen, I know that 16 years from now, she's going to be going, I I need to go to the Playboy Cardi concert, and if I don't go, you're ruining my life. Whoever the new Playboy Cardi is, we don't understand.
Nah, it's way before that, bro.
But any of those things, okay. But what I'm saying is, Cipha, you know, when you hear about those things of like, there are kids who don't speak to their parents.
Yeah.
No, I don't talk to my mom. I don't talk to my dad. Listen, if they were like abusers, legitimate real life abusers, all right. But if they just didn't parent the exact way, and you sit in your therapist's office and blame it all on your parents because they weren't
it's always
perfect.
the parents. Everything's the parents' fault.
Like, listen, I personally can go tell you every single eating thing I have, every validation thing I have, every sort of like inclination I have when I want to drink, all of it. I could point it all out to my family. So that's everybody. But they're still good parents. They still did the best job they could. They love me.
Yeah.
The idea that one day that a kid would be like, nah, I don't have time for my parents. That does hit me different already.
The only thing that, it's hard to say this, like, the only thing that I don't own my kids. I don't own them. I've been blessed with a job to try to teach them and raise them to be responsible adults where they can take care of themselves and be safe.
That's right.
They're not mine. I don't own them. And I never want to feel that way. Like, people are like, oh, that's my son. Like, nah, it's a human being I helped out. It's a human being I helped out for a while, for a good amount of time.
No, and a lot of help.
And Dave told me, Chappelle, he said,
wait, you know,
no one,
Dave Chappelle?
You know Dave Chappelle? That's my guy.
Wow.
He said, and it's the stupidest thing. It's so simple. No one's going to love your kids the way you do. That's it. Can't expect anyone else to. You can't want anyone else to. No one's going to love your kids the way you do. That's your business between you and them, and you deal with life accordingly.
You mean from the standpoint of like, you can't freak out every moment something happens because they're not their kids. They're your
exactly.
kids.
And like, when someone does something to your kid, you fucking freak out. Like, that's your kid. They're not going to care about your kid the way you do.
Right? How dare you disrespect my kid? Well,
yeah.
Have you ever disrespected someone on the street? That was someone else's
millions
kid.
of people. Yeah, that's great. Wait, what's her name again? Maya
Jaden Rosenberg.
Why Maya?
We had a list of Natalie made a list of names she really liked, and I was really struggling like to personally come up with anything. And when she mentioned Maya, I really liked it. And then we're talking about it. I was like, well, how do you want to spell it? I was like, do you want to spell it like the traditional way? Or do you want to spell it like this way?
Wait, that's not the traditional way?
No, M-A-Y-A. Some people do M-A-I-A.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say oh yeah.
M-Y-A is not terribly common.
Oh, and that's what you did.
Yeah. And for me, it was a bonus. I love Maya. She's from DC. Always was a fan. And by the way, have you seen Maya as an adult? Like who she's become?
No.
She's dope.
Like,
this may come as a surprise. She's very hot. And like vegan and spiritual, lovely together. So we went with the MYA. And then of course,
your baby was born before Trump was president.
Oh yeah, it's a Biden baby.
Okay.
Biden baby. Don't ever forget this one too.
I don't even know this one. With the run beat?
This one's called.
I don't remember this at all.
You don't remember that one? It was like her, like it wasn't big, but it was. I mean, it has 41 million plays.
I don't remember this one.
You remember this one though?
Yeah, that's my shit. That's what you should have played when she was born. Hold on, let it play. Hey, what time did you start dilating?
It's after
I'm no spring chicken. I'm no baby. All right, well, congratulations, man. You're a fucking dad. Look at you.
Remember this one?
How annoying was it to get the podcast texts from Billy June? Like, hey, were you recording tomorrow?
It was like semi-respectable, but also I want to punch you in your Billy
How can
June
it be
face.
respectful?
Not respectful. Respectable. I respect that you care. What I want to say is, though, yeah, like the gimme here is, here's the best of episode. All of our listeners know there's chances going to happen any moment. Everybody knows.
And you posted it.
Yeah.
You had a baby. We could take a week.
Billy, did anyone complain? Be honest. In the Discord, were there any complaints about the podcast over the last week?
Tons.
Seriously?
Not about you.
Oh, well, go ahead.
About the
Cipha?
guy down there.
What about me?
How you just don't care and that you took advantage of you. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Your response to me, I got really mad at you. And then I called you and you ignored my call.
Of course I'm going to ignore your call. I already answered the question.
I'm still annoyed.
Wait, what happened? What was his answer?
I said,
I
sent in the group message, does any combination of people have time to record? That wasn't including you.
Right. Well, it was, but you didn't expect it to be me.
Then I hit him on the side and asked him, and he said, sorry, just had a baby. I'll be free next week.
Wait, who did, Cipha?
Yeah.
That's what I wrote, yeah. And you called me to say what?
Do you know that, like, we didn't release an episode the first week of January because you both said it's the first week of January.
Gives
So then
a
that's
fuck.
2 different weeks in a month.
Who gives a fuck? Life is life. Life is not the pot. Life is life. One ep is life is not life.
If you pay a certain amount of money a month, you want to
Bye.
You don't give a shit.
I do not give a fuck. I've never touched Up Patreon money. It sits in a fucking account. You know the only time I touch Patreon money? You want to know? Do you want to know?
Nope.
Billy, the only time I ever touched Patreon money was to pay your fucking bullshit bum-ass producer ass. I'm no spring chicken. I'm no baby.
Billy, first of all, I want to commend you, Billy.
Sorry, real quick.
No,
But I'm the one that gets the flack.
Don't
as
read
if
it.
It's my fault.
Don't read it.
Yeah, all you have to do
Give me the login. I'm changing the password. Never read the comments. How about that?
You don't have to read it, Billy.
How about that? Don't read them.
And then I tried to do
Don't
something
read
by
them.
myself, and it's
Don't read them.
benefit.
Now you go, oh shit, I never thought of that. Okay, I'm going to try that, Cipha. Say that.
Wait.
Say those words.
But hold on, Billy. Billy said something, though. You tried to do something by yourself?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Okay, not great.
What did you do?
I did a Ask Me Anything.
For the
what?
podcast?
Yeah.
For
On
Patreon?
one app?
For Patreon.
Patreon?
Yeah.
Do you think that the patrons who spend money,
Well, it made one person cancel. He was already going to cancel because he was frustrated with you guys.
wait, do you think that that is going to make them go, you know what, my money is worthwhile? A Billy June asked
No,
me
I just
anything.
wanted to give them something else.
But if giving
extra.
someone, but I would say this, and I said the same thing to Amelia, or I don't know if I said it, but I thought it about.
Also, wait, they did say they were annoyed that there was a new Cheap Heat and a new Cheap Heat Patreon.
I didn't. Okay, well, first of all, I already got into it with Emilio because Emilio decided to put up a Cheap Heat Patreon on his own. Shouldn't have. I wouldn't have done. There's no people who pay for something aren't going to be satisfied because you give them something diluted and worse on the thing that they pay for. I feel like they'd rather just wait and get it and understand there's a baby. By the way, I didn't do an actual episode of Cheap Heat until the end of last week. And now I'm doing this
And then
week.
also, when you go to your favorite restaurant and they say close for private event, do you fucking kick in the window, piss on the fucking mozzarella sticks, and never go back?
But the
Yeah,
difference.
my
But
favorite
the
restaurant
difference
is-
is it's a subscription payment. Like if
But
I
Billy, this is a terrible. I normally would agree with you, and I respect you for having the balls to bring this up and fight with Cipha about it. I respect it. I truly do.
what I'm saying is, you normally, like Peter, if Cipha isn't available,
No
you and I
one-
can just sit for
There's
a half
no
hour.
one. Hold on, let me say
Doesn't
this.
do that.
No one on Patreon is paying for the extra content.
Yes, they are, because
They're
talk
they're
about it.
not. They are our fans and our friends, and they're giving us a little something. That's what they're doing.
See, that's
they're
where you're
friends
wrong.
of ours. They're fans of ours, and they go. I really appreciate the many years you've given. It's a little
You're
something
wrong.
for you. Thank you.
But Billy, how do you know he's wrong? You're referring. How many people, literally last week on Discord, how many people complained total about what was happening?
A bunch.
How many?
I don't know. I'm not going to count right now.
Count right now.
Okay, was it more than 50?
No.
No,
Was it close to 50?
there's not 50 people on there.
So Saif's point isn't necessarily wrong that, like, in a situation like this where there's a major life event and they don't get an episode, I know 10 people. I know, like, you know, I probably could guess the people that were complaining. But the average person's like, oh shit, Rosenberg had a baby? Cool. I bet we'll get a great episode when he comes back. I don't think most of them go, this is fucking ridiculous. I mean, if they do, they do. I think we put in a good effort. I think, you know what I think? I think that since Juan Eppa's life came back 5 years ago, we have exceeded any and all expectations for fucking consistency. How about that? And if not, okay, then you have a different fucking standard. We basically have missed, I would say in the 5 years since we've come back, I would say there's been a total of 4 to 6 weeks in that time where there wasn't an episode.
Maybe a couple more, maybe 10. Even if it's 10.
Maybe 10. 10 has to be the max in 5 years. That's pretty fucking good. We used to go 2 months with no episodes.
I know that.
So stop letting these people get in your head, Billy June. Now, listen, I appreciate that you care so much. I do. I
don't.
You doing an Ask Me Anything is...
I found. So I've been going through my CDs.
Oh, we've heard about the CDs.
I've been going through all my CDs, I got these special, what do you call it? Like a little, what do you call these things? The little plastic things you
Yeah, the plastic CD holders that hold the cases and stuff.
Yeah, I can't think of the word. Anyway, they fit the cover, but then you break out the back of the CD and you take the back cover and you don't have to like fold it. It fits in perfectly. Like the
Okay.
CD books, you can fit the cover art in, but you can't fit that back thing in. You know what I mean?
Right.
So these shits fit. So I mean, like, I just been purging. I'm like, I don't need this CD. You know, I don't need this CD. And if I do want it, I put it in one of these flap things. So like the space that it's taking is like tiny now. And I just been fucking cracking CDs. I just got into it one day. Just started ordering these flap things and a couple of books and just fucking snapping.
By the way, you have a legitimate problem.
Yeah.
You
So
can't
yesterday,
stop. You can't stop.
So I got a book with all Cipha sounds in Rosenberg.
Ooh.
Then I got a book with all Juan Epps.
Whoa.
Then I got a book with all the stuff that I was a part of, like as an A&R, Clips, Rihanna, Cuckoo Cow, True Life, like all that shit, Nina Sky. Then I got a book of all my reggae dub plates with all the Jamaican artists, like doing songs for me and stuff. Then I got a book of Shade 45, every show on Shade 45.
Every show on Shade 45.
Pretty much, yeah. I taped every show.
Wow.
And then yesterday I got to all my Cipha Saturdays and More Fire mix. Bro, so many CDs, bro. So I'm putting those away. Then I got times I filled in for Flex or for Angie for Enough, Mr. C. That's in a separate book. And then there's just a book of like just random shit that I probably will get rid of the CDs, but I gotta load it into my computer. It's like 50 Cent drops, Chris Rock drops, clean version of Mr. Me Too clips, fucking like all the like Styles P freestyle, you know what I mean? Shit like that. So all that's just in a book and I just gotta constantly just go through it. But I found a CD that says De La Soul Raw on it.
Didn't we go through this
No,
already?
it wasn't that one, because I know where that one is. So on Patreon, we're gonna figure out if this is the De La Soul.
How are we gonna find it? Oh, you think this one's finalized? You're gonna pop it in and see?
We're gonna pop it in and see together, and that is worth missing a week of Patreon. Okay.
Now I'm excited.
You ever saw back in the day when what was that guy's name? Geraldo Rivera. What did he do? Break into Al Capone's safe, Al Capone's vault.
Oh, he did. That was the thing he did.
You never saw that?
No.
You never saw all the shit leading up to Al Capone's vault? And then he opened it. They got a safe cracker. They opened it and
What
nothing was in there.
Nothing. So you're hoping we have a better payoff, is what you're saying?
Fuck it. Yo, but you know what else I found? Oh, I got another book. I found all these beat tapes and beat CDs from different producers. We should just run through those.
How do you have a way to play this stuff?
Yeah, I'll get my
You didn't look at your
old
laptop.
computer.
You didn't just look at your laptop like it's going to take a CD.
No,
did
the
you?
laptop I have the CD thing you plug into it.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh, we got a Patreon this week. Now, Billy, speaking of Patreon for this week, so we got to stop here. What were the topics that you had today besides
I forgot.
me having a child?
Yeah, we
what
didn't
were
even
the
talk
topics that you were excited about?
Well, I mean, the inauguration, I was curious about that.
Okay.
The Mac Miller new album that came out,
Which I haven't listened to yet.
Your Commanders.
That's not a topic we need to bring up anymore.
I saw
But
that.
it was
I saw that
What happened with
academics.
the Bumanders?
They lost.
They lost.
Was it bad?
It was bad.
I mean, Gilly was very excited.
Gilly FaceTimed me.
He FaceTimed you.
So did Gilly FaceTime me, and Chuck Chillout called me.
Wait, who's Chuck Chillout a fan of?
Eagles also.
Really? Why?
He loves the fucking Eagles. I don't know. He's always put, hey, Rosenberg. I was like, fly, Eagles, fly. I was like,
Gilly FaceTimed you in the locker room or some shit?
no, he was at this point, he was back home, blunt smoke in the air. And he's like, hold on. He's like, hold on. I just want to take a picture of your face. Hold on.
I do wish I had this kind of camaraderie with people. I do wish I had this.
Well, I've pushed Gilly since he's been going crazy with the thing. I've been talking shit and hitting him up.
Right. But you got far this year, right? I mean, that's the furthest you could
It's a
get.
championship game. Listen, the Eagles were supposed to go to the Super Bowl. No one thought we were going to be.
Was that in the
game.
NFL script?
I don't know. I got to talk to the script makers and find out.
Yeah,
Now,
because the NFL is just WWF. I mean WWE.
We made it this far into the episode, by the way, and you didn't even comment on the fact that my daughter's middle name came from the quarterback of the Commanders.
The current one.
Yes.
That's fun. That's fun.
Really?
Yeah, that's fun.
You don't hate it?
No, why would I hate it?
I don't know. It worked out great. Natalie loved
You
the
gotta
name.
change that. You gotta change the last name though.
I know, because of the
The
we're
last
changing
name is-
the last name to Jew N-word. Maya Jaden Jew N-word.
Well,
MJJN. All right, Billy, what else was on your list here?
well, the Super Bowl's coming up, so like the Kendrick Lamar halftime show, and
So
he
all,
announced
so all generic. So your list of topics for One Ep is all the generic shit that's all over Instagram and TikTok every day anyway. There's nothing specific catering to the One Ep niche crowd.
Keep going.
You don't have anything for the One Ep niche crowd. You just have all the generic shit that that Entertainment Tonight is talking about.
Well, you guys also have a different view of a lot of these topics.
Oh, go a different angle.
Oh, see, we have a different angle. Anything else?
Academics got in trouble for grooming someone.
Didn't know.
That was
15-year-old?
that was fucking weird. That story's fucking weird.
And also I've been watching all those SNL docs, and there's one tonight, the Questlove one. But
Those
the
docs
first,
do look awesome.
they're like incredible it's the 50th season.
And too bad they're on Peacock and no one watches them.
Well,
Hey, hey! I love the cock.
I watched them all, and they were really, really good.
Yo, I know we gotta go, but I just want to say, yo, Trump is a wild boy. Yo, the level of bullying,
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Like just doing shit that's straight illegal and just being like, fuck, what are you gonna do? What the fuck you gonna do? He already bitched them out so much. Everybody's just letting them just do whatever.
By the way, the craziest shit was there were like these two Trump campaigns. There was the Out Loud Trump campaign. Some of it includes what he's been doing, right? The border security shit. But some of it was like the prices are insane. The price of eggs, this, that, and the next. I don't even know what Project 2025 is.
Yeah.
Then we're here.
Yeah.
It's all Project 2025 shit. And eggs are the most expensive they've ever fucking been.
Wild, bro.
It's wild.
He's the illest to ever do it. And I'm not talking about being president. He's the illest grifter ever.
We'll never see anything
like
this.
he's doing so much shit that's unconstitutional, and who can stop him?
Well, fortunately, the judge did for the birthright thing.
And that let's see what happens to him. First of all, it doesn't matter what that judge says. How are they going to stop him? He's just going to push through. He's doing things that is setting a precedent. Like, oh, we don't really have to fuck with the Constitution. Like, what? He's convicted of multiple crimes and not going to jail. Like nothing.
Nothing.
It's wild. We live in some.
The pardoning of the fucking head of the Oath Keepers, who was in jail for 18 years. And he's like, no, you're a patriot.
Nah, I saw this guy that said his brother was a Capitol Police and he was killed.
Yeah.
So his life meant nothing.
But the people who support these people are all the pro-police people. You can't even understand.
No, he got them under a spell. They're pro-cops, pro-police, except Capitol Police on January 6th. You know what I mean? Like, it's and people just say backward shit over and over to justify their beliefs and their behavior. It's wild, bro. This is the craziest shit ever. I might start walking around with my heat, yo.
Well, listen, it's either that or a MAGA hat, because
I might walk around with both.
Well, now you'd really fit in, because the shit has changed. The way the rappers all jumped on board, they're just one small example of it. It's everybody. Yo, his inauguration this time had way more celebrities this time. People were Mike Tyson was there, the Paul brothers, Conor McGregor, Snoop Dogg. People were just like, fuck it, I got to get close. What else am I going to do?
And you can get close.
Elon Musk, I keep going back and forth on whether I think it was a Hail Hitler or not.
I got to say it was.
It felt too much. This is how
what did he say it was? Did he answer?
Like from my heart. From my heart.
Nah. He don't have a heart. You don't have a heart. You have a Tesla battery in there. Get the fuck out of here, bro. From my heart.
Okay, and the craziest shit is there are people now, like I saw Mike Rappaport explaining how Elon Musk wasn't doing anything bad.
And then they go, look at all these Democrats that did it.
And no, and then they're going, you think Elon Musk is anti-Semitic because he did this symbol, but you didn't care about this when it comes to Israel. I'm like, wait, you're allowing the Israel shit to now you support Trump and Musk? Yo, Trump brought real Israeli hostages on the stage behind him. And while a real Israeli hostage was standing behind him, this man talked about, quote, the J6 hostages. I was like, no one's offended that an actual Israeli hostage is sitting there while he's referring to the people who deservedly went to jail as J6 hostages. You guys aren't offended by it?
They try to take over the country that you love, but you letting them slide. So what is it that you love? What country? What are you a patriot of?
I don't
see how we come back from this.
It's going to be hard. I want to ask the Israel people though, who are now supporting Trump because he's going to let Bibi do whatever he wants. He doesn't care about Gaza. I want to ask them, take a look across. Let's take a camera and show the whole crowd at a Trump rally. You think those people like Jews? You think because they're like, yeah, free the hot, you don't think that this is going to turn around and they're going to be anti-Jews?
I think Trump has different lanes of supporters and go, no, we're going to Jewish night. Trump is having a Jewish night and all of us go. Mm-hmm. And then he'll go do his rally in Pittsburgh and all of them go. And we don't have to mix with them. We get what we want from Trump. They get what they want. And we don't.
As long as you're pro him, you're going to get
what you want or what you need.
But at some point, when the war's over and they're turning Gaza into condos and they no longer care about that, and then other people in this country are mad at Jews for other things, and Stephen Miller, who's a Jew, by the way, is in the White House coming up with policies about no, we just have to make sure that you're listen, we just want to make sure that Jews, we notice that numbers show us the Jews are supporting a lot of things that don't feel very Trump. We just want to start talking to all of you individually.
Grabbing migrants and putting them on planes and sending them to Colombia or Venezuela, whatever the fuck, is not gathering Jews in Nazi Germany?
It's that far away from it? It doesn't even feel similar? Not even close.
The transportation is different?
It's different. Right. But, oh no, Cipha, they're all dangerous illegals. All of them.
Oh, man.
Hey, man. Although I gotta say this to Cipha, though. Last thing, you're getting a hell of a free episode today. I said to my brother, I hate to admit this. Cipha was fucking right.
What? No, I don't hate to admit that.
I didn't think you were right because the angle at which you came from it made it sound like it was like being against the Trump alternative. So I resisted what you were saying because I didn't like how it came out. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not an eloquent speaker.
But your whole thing about you guys are really pretending you're excited about Kamala, I think you were right.
Nah, it's. I don't mean I said it in a way because you know me, I speak in a brash manner sometimes, and you instantly get defensive. But this shit, man, I was in Indiana this weekend. It's Trump's America, bro.
And what I'm saying is, I knew before they chose Kamala, when me and Ballard once talked, he was like, "Oh, they'll go with Kamala." I went, "She will lose. She cannot win." It's not a diss to her, by the way. Yeah. I'm not going as far as she's terrible or.
I actually learned a lot about her, and I like her.
Yeah,
from what I saw,
I think Kamala's a fine candidate. Generally, I like her. But the idea that we tricked ourselves because of a social media hype machine into the fact that she could win.
Let me tell you when I figured it all out. And then we got to go. When he said the first time, when you have money, let you grab them by the pussy. Mm-hmm. And all the women just were like, oh, we won. We won. Look at what he said. There's no way he could be president. We won. And then everything was over after that because they're like, we got him. Because that was like a couple days before the election, right?
Pretty close.
And they were like, oh.
It was right before
they were celebrating. We got him. Look what he said. He said he's going to grab. And then he became president. I was like, oh, no, this is different. There's a movement happening.
The only way, I got to know why they made Biden do that fucking debate. Who made him do the debate? Trump didn't want a debate. And Biden goes, I want to have a debate.
Yeah, but.
And then he loses and then it's over.
But Biden
would have won.
Biden is also a man. He's the president. He also is a sociopath, like every other politician. He also has an ego. He actually thought
He would do good.
You know what I mean? He doesn't
Probably.
know. He looks crazy.
Although there are reports coming out this week that after like a couple of months now of detailing information,
he might have won.
Kamala might have won, except for the millions of votes that were pulled off of rolls, voter logs in different states. And in fact, like some of those stats of like, oh, way more Latinos and way more blacks voted for Trump. They're starting to speculate it wasn't so much that as millions of other votes were taken away from those
How are they
groups.
taking away?
Because that's something that the Republicans have been working on. And for some reason, even though the Republicans always scream about voter fraud, the Democrats sit back. Oh, it's always going to be fair. It's going to be fair. It's always fair. We're not going to complain. The second it ended, I was like, this got to be bullshit.
This is everyone that talks about like stuff like that. He just brushes it off.
Brush it off.
And keeps push. It's impressive. It's impressive of how he just denies and I don't know if it's intentional.
Have you watched the movie yet?
No.
Roy Cohn explains it to him. Deny. You never admit defeat ever. You didn't.
Yeah, because if you're not watching it, you might not even see it.
So why admit it?
Hey, guys, listen. I don't know who you fuck faces are that are still paying $5 for Patreon, but you're a fucking grifter. It's $7.50. Shut your shit down and start paying the $7.50. Because Billy's like, I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose you. It's $7.50. Shut it down.
Billy, yeah, we got to figure this out, Billy, once and for all. We're being grifted.
Also, I forgot. I wanted to discuss Ciph's week with Chappelle and doing Radio City Music Hall, and then he did SNL.
I didn't do SNL.
No,
congratulations.
No.
You're
No,
Timothy
Chappelle.
Chalamet.
No, Chappelle.
Chappelle.
No, meaning like
Chappelle.
the monologue and what he talked about.
No, so okay, write that one down. That's actually a good one.
It's
Take the things you just said that were good and save them for the Patreon this week.
They're already there.
Perfect.
All right, we'll play some beat tapes. I'll gather up a couple beat tapes.
Oh, beat tapes, the De La CD, Chappelle's Week, inauguration, etc.
For $7.50. So
For
that Billy can
$7.50.
make some money.
There we go. Patreon.com/OneEpIsLife. Thank you for indulging my baby, our birth story. Because Natalie had told me yesterday, you need to write down everything right now. We're not going to have it. And I was like, you know what? I bet on One App, we'll just have a recording of the whole thing.
Hey, how's it going? You can't sleep, right? Hey, you gonna try for that boy? You gonna try for that boy? Huh? You gonna try for that boy?
I love when people just generically go, oh, one got past the goalie, huh? Oh, I went, no, it's IVF. No, it's IVF. or if they even make the joke, oh, you hope it's yours? I was like, well, if not, the doctor has a lot of explaining to do. Because I didn't. Anyways, we love you guys.
Thanks, man.
So long, everyone.